Does the office jungle mirror behavior in the real jungle? New research shows people in offices may use conflict and cooperation in similar ways to primates in the jungle. Animal behavior specialist Richard Conniff is the author of The Ape in the Corner Office. In his book, Conniff examines corporate behavior through the eyes of a primatologist. He suggests cooperation is the key to success for both humans and other primates. He sees similarities in the ways they use social networks and hierarchies to gain status. He also points out that while conflict can be effective at times, both humans and apes usually prefer to cooperate. Cooperation versus conflict. People often think that the animal world is full of conflict. However, conflict and aggression actually play a smaller role in the wild than cooperation. In fact, according to Conniff, both humans and other primates are social creatures, and both groups normally try to avoid conflict. Chimpanzees, for example, typically spend their days caring for their young and traveling together in small groups. Conniff points out that chimps spend about 5% of the day being aggressive, but 15 to 20% of the day grooming each other. For humans and other primates, conflict is rare and does not last long. For both species, cooperation is a more effective way to succeed and survive. The value of networking. Research also shows that people and other primates use similar social networking strategies to get ahead in life. They create tight social bonds by sharing resources, doing each other favors, building teams, and making friends. Employees with ambitious career goals, for example, often rely on powerful people in their office to help them get better jobs. In a similar way, chimps work to strengthen relationships with other chimps. Frans de Waal, a primatologist at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia, claims that for chimps, you can never reach a high position in their world if you don't have friends who help you. In fact, research shows that chimps often create bonds to strengthen their status or importance in the community. They do favors for one another and share resources. They sometimes also use their cunning to get ahead. In chimps, a common strategy is to break up alliances that can be used against them, de Waal explains. They see a main rival sitting with someone else, and they try to break up that meeting. The importance of hierarchies. Groups of coworkers and primate groups have similar social rules. In both cases, the groups organize themselves into hierarchies, and individual members know their roles. Individuals in both human and ape groups have a particular position in relation to other group members. This decides their behavior in the group. For example, young people may speak softly or avoid eye contact when they talk to people with higher status. Similarly, Conniff explains that when chimpanzees approach a powerful or senior member, they try to make themselves look as small as they can. The limits of aggression. Although cooperation is more common in groups, both humans and other primates sometimes use conflict in order to gain status. Aggressive behaviors get attention, and they show an individual's power in the group. People sometimes shout or intimidate others to make a point or win an argument. Apes show aggression by pounding their chests, screeching, or hitting trees. However, Conniff notes that conflict does not gain long-term success for either species. When bosses criticize their employees, treat them unfairly, or make their working lives difficult, employees become stressed, lose motivation, and quit their jobs. When apes are aggressive, they chase other apes away. In both cases, aggressive individuals can become isolated, and neither humans nor apes want to be alone. In his book, Conniff makes the case that interacting in a kind and polite way is more beneficial for both humans and primates. The truth is, we are completely dependent on other people emotionally, as well as for our physical needs, Conniff concludes. We function as part of a group rather than as individuals. Employees who cooperate in the office and primates who cooperate in the wild find themselves happier, more effective, and more likely to survive.